Less than 10 laps to go. Carl Edwards the leader, and they are going to come down pit road. Marty Snyder, what's happening?
Well, for Matt Kenseth, he said, I only saved you 1 lap of fuel, so we're probably going to need a little bit here. Right side tires up half a pound on both of those tires. Car just a little bit tight for Kenseth, and the fuel to make it to the end. Quick stop, Chris.
And you can see Carl Edwards hitting the box right now. Team just going to do 2 right side tires, stab it with fuel. Going to be very short stop, just trying to finish up those tires on the right side. Then Carl down and away. Matt.
Mike Ford looking at possibly 2 tires here. He's looking at pit road. Hamlin is away, just catches the front changer. He's smiling, he's okay. Route.
Small chassis adjustment, 4 tires and a whole bunch of fuel into the 24. He's away.
Denny Hamlin about took a crew member with him, but he was first off pit road. Kenseth, Edwards, Menard, and Stewart, the top 5. Denny Hamlin won this race last season. He's the race leader, and Matt Kenseth, who has had the fastest car today, starts alongside.
And what you have to do here, you've got 5 laps to go, and you have to do things that you normally wouldn't do.
Yes.
You've got to be a lot more aggressive. You got to take a lot more chances right now because you're out of time, and you've got a lot of good race cars around you. So it may get ugly.
Paul Menard, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, Tony Stewart make up the front 3 rows as we put the green flag in the air and settle it in Michigan.
Kenseth spun the tires big time, which is going to cost him maybe a little bit here. Hamlin's in a good spot up on the outside.
They fan out 3 wide into the corner. That's Carl Edwards going low.
Here comes Kyle, and the 18 car, he will do that. He will make something happen.
Carl really pushed the 18 or the 17 down in the first corner, but then he got a car up under him, which hurt, or on the outside of him, which hurt.
Kyle Busch dominated the middle stages of this race.
Wow, Carl really drove down in there, and then his car took a big push. But Menard is up on the high side. He's in a good spot right there.
And all that racing good for Denny Hamlin, who has the race lead with 4 laps to go.
You know, this is not the best place if you're Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth's car comes in towards the end of a run.
Yeah.
You get down to a 5-lap shootout, he just has to drive.
And he said that earlier. We need to get better early in a run. Where he made his biggest gains today when we had those cycles of green flag pit stops, and he could really let that car pay dividends on the long run.
And Paul Menard is doing a great job at 4th of holding off that 99. The 99 has tried him, of Carl Edwards has tried him high, has tried him low, and Menard just keeps running his line and running his way.
And this is where it gets really frustrating when you're driving, because you're driving the car as hard as you've driven it all day long, trying to make 4 feet on the guy in front of you.
You see the top 5 with 2.5 laps remaining here at Michigan. Problems for Regan Smith. Had worked his way into the top 10 after all those issues early in the race.
He's got a flat tire. You hear him on the radio. And he had come back from all but being a car length from being a lap down to being the top 10.
Last week at Pocono, Denny Hamlin dominated the first part of the race. But problems late relegated him to 19th in the final finishing order. Denny has been adamant about saying the finishes haven't been great, but I know we have got a race car that can win races.
Kenseth is there. He made a lot of ground on him right here, so he's going to have to make it happen if he's going to do it. And he's going to have to try to go way up high, maybe, and try to make that high line work.
Matt gets that good run through 1 and 2, but Denny and he are kind of a little bit equal through 3 and 4.
Regan Smith did get back around and make a pit stop. White flag is out. Denny Hamlin leading.
And it's these 2 guys right now, because Kyle is far enough back, he's not going to be a factor.
Well, he's going to take a look on the outside. Yeah, slipped up a little bit. Had to take the shot, though. He made a run at it.
He rolled in on him, and right when he gets to him, you just lose that nose a little bit.
Matt Kenseth going to have one more try as they go into turn 3. This time he's going to go low. Hamlin washes up the racetrack. Here comes Matt Kenseth to the inside. He cannot make it stick.
Oh,
Kenseth sideways, and here comes Denny Hamlin with his first win of 2011 in Michigan.
Great job by Mike Ford and Denny Hamlin, those guys, to put themselves in position to take advantage of the clean air.
We're about 3 to 4 gallons short on fuel there. Awesome job, awesome.
1 year ago, Denny Hamlin won 8 races. Many thought he would be a title contender in 2011. It's not been easy. And today, the monkey is officially off their back. Denny Hamlin with his first win of the season, and to get it done, he had to hold off Matt Kenseth, who was charging hard on the final lap.
Yeah, Matt just drove it in there for everything he had. He got loose way earlier than what we're looking at right here. He saved it all the way through turn 3 and 3.5.
Exactly. We've talked about him all day, getting loose and having a feather on the last lap. You got nothing to lose, and he knew he had to be making that run. Drove. These 3 guys in that picture right there, the 18, the 11, and the 17, these guys drove hard all day long.
Good day for Joe Gibbs Racing. 2 of their cars inside the top 3. Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, Paul Menard, Carl Edwards make up the top 5. Let's hear from the runner-up, Ralph.
Well, he got his 5th top 3 here today at Michigan. Matt, you got real close to him, but you just weren't able to get around him. You tried the high side and the bottom side. What was the problem?
Well, there's a few things that led up to that, but first these Crown Royal guys did a great job. I mean, we had a really fast car. I thought we were going to have a shot to win today, and got ourselves behind a couple times, and was able to make that up. And anyway, I got a bad restart, and Carl pushed me back up in there, which was real nice of him. And I got back to Denny, but I couldn't get around him. We were kind of slow for about 10 laps on most runs, and then it seemed like we were the best car from 10 until we needed fuel, and just didn't have enough time to get around him. I tried everything I could, and I just couldn't figure out how to do it.
Adam?
Matt Kenseth just missing his 3rd win of the year. Matt Yoakum in victory lane with a man who has got his first.
Denny Hamlin survives a late race restart, a last lap dive bomb. What was the biggest game changer for you and this team today?
We just, we finished. That's the thing, is we got it done, and happy for all this team. They all got sons or daughters and everything, so it's a big Father's Day for all of them. And my dad, Dennis, he paved the way for me to get here, so I can't thank them enough, and all the fathers out there. But can't thank this whole FedEx team enough. Everyone at FedEx, all the employees, glad to get a win for all of them. Lori Tucker, Mike Glenn, Fred Smith, the whole group, Alan, just got to thank them. Toyota, Sprint, Coke, Gillette, Wiley X, the fans. It's been an amazing fan base here in Michigan, and everyone from Nike and the Jordan brand, can't thank them enough.
You've said time and time again how your season usually gets started in April around Martinsville. You took a few extra months. Last year at this time, 4 wins. You're scoring your first of the season today. What kind of message does this send to the other championship contenders?
Well, I think everyone knows that we've been strong. And today we didn't look as strong as what we normally do here, but we got it working there at the end. We made a magic adjustment, and just the car took off. So this is the point of the season where we really need to start hitting our stride, and hopefully we got another good 10 weeks before the chase starts.
And what a place for Denny Hamlin. Last 3 races here at MIS, a first, a second, and today a first.
But Kyle Busch was 3rd at Pocono. He's 3rd again today. Kyle, great run, but it looked like you got a little bit jumbled up on that restart.
Yeah, well, the second to last one we did, I got out a little bit in front of Matt, and I didn't spin my tires. I accelerated pretty good. I think Matt spun his tires, so I didn't want to beat him to the line by too much. And as soon as I slowed up to not beat him, the herd was coming. So I just had to wait it out and play it out. And wasn't going to be a great day with that, but we turned it into a pretty good one. We got 2 tires there on that last restart. We had a good one, and drove back up through there. So can't say enough about Dave Rogers and these guys on this Snickers M&M's team. They did a great job for me this weekend. And the 11 team really helped us last week. I feel like we helped the 11 a little bit this week, and it just goes to show that we're doing something right, and we're able to share information, which is good. And so again, proud of the 11, and great to see him in victory lane and beating out the 17.
Strong day for Joe Gibbs. Ralph?
Pretty good one for the Richard Childress gang, too, over here with Paul Menard. Your first top 5 finish here at Michigan, and also your best finish of the year. This team just keeps picking away at it. What's making the difference?
We've had a rough month. No doubt about that. My guys needed a good run. We've had fast cars for the most part. Just been struggling to put together a full race. Wasn't really sure what we had in practice. The car drove good. It seemed like we lacked a little bit of speed, but qualified in top 10, and that's so important at these intermediate track position. And Slugger made a good call, take 2 tires at the end. Kind of went back and forth, 2 versus 4, but a lot of people took 2. We did. A little bit too tight at the end, but just, Pittsburgh Peyton Menard Chevy was just a really solid weekend, and that's what we needed.
A lot of smiles down here, Chris.
Well, Carl Edwards was dominant before that last caution, but Carl, you lost 2 spots in pit lane, and then it looked like you had your hand full on the racetrack once the green came back down.
Yeah, I did, and congrats to Denny, first of all. He did a really good job. Their pit crew did a good job. Our guys have been doing well all day. It's so competitive down there on pit road. And then on the restart, Matt spun his tires a little bit, and I thought him and I could still get together and run down the back straightaway and do well. But I got to thank Aflac. Paul Amos had his kids here. They got good grades, so they got to come to the racetrack. And thank Ford. At 40 miles per gallon on that Focus, we couldn't run out of fuel. I think we had him beat on fuel mileage. But I just hope NASCAR takes the opportunity to look at this race and takes the opportunity to change and take downforce away with this 2013 car that's coming. Because track position shouldn't be as important as it is. It'd be nice to race cars instead of downforce.
Well, at least it was a good rebound from last weekend. Adam?
A nice rebound for Carl Edwards indeed. 6 points his advantage coming in. It's now 20. And it's now Kevin Harvick who is in the 2nd position. Dale Jr. remains 3rd. Kyle Busch with a nice gain, and Jimmy Johnson falling down to 5th after his rough day. Guys that make up the chase, Tony Stewart 11th in that first wild card position. Saw Denny Hamlin now inside the top 10, and Jeff Gordon 12th, the final wild card spot.
Yeah, we go deeper, and if we could go deeper, Keselowski that we talked about, Keselowski who we talked about earlier, you look at that. I mean, he's dependent on Jeff to get up in there, and he's dependent on getting in the top 20.
And now Denny as well, who picks up a victory today.
Huge.
Brad Keselowski finished 25th, and he's got plenty of work to do if he's going to make that win at Kansas pay off for him and have a chance to make it into the chase. Dale Earnhardt Jr., a rough afternoon here at Michigan. Marty Snyder caught up with him after the race.
Well, a frustrating day for Dale Earnhardt Jr. And what happened there on the contact with your teammate, Dale?
Well, I mean, I got on the outside of Mark, and he just come on up and drove us in the fence off the corner. I don't know if his spotter wasn't spotting good or whether he just couldn't see good or what, but just ran and slapped in the wall. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. It blew the right front tire out eventually. We had got the car pretty good at that point. We're kind of moving forward, but I don't know, man. Car went away from us in the middle of the race, but I guess we can try to get our stuff together and go back the next week and try to see what we can do.
At points, did this feel like a top 5 car to you? And then that would have kind of ended the day for you?
I never give up. I mean, even at the end, when the car was beat all to hell, we still wanted to try to get what we could at the end of the race. We tried to get as many spots as we can. Every point's a big deal out there, and I just I try really hard to take care of people, try not to be careless, and I don't like putting up with carelessness, and that just really pissed me off what happened out there. So,
thanks, Junior.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished 21st and not too happy about it. Here's the final running order. Hamlin a winner, Kenseth, Kyle Busch, Paul Menard, Carl Edwards, the top 5. Landon Castle 12th
Yeah, we didn't talk about him much today, but he was in the top 15 a lot today.
That is his career best finish. Dale Earnhardt Jr. outside the top 20 for the first time this season.
And Biffle 15th. AJ had a good run going, had to pit there at the end, but Biffle dominated this race the first 100 laps.
Last week's winner, Jeff Gordon, 17th this afternoon at Michigan. There you see Brad Keselowski started 41st, worked his way to the front, but issues bring him home 25th. Jimmy Johnson ends up 27th today.
Never recovered. There's not enough cautions to recover at a place like this, and he never recovered from that.
And Regan Smith didn't get it done either. He had that nice rally, but unfortunately it all went for naught here this afternoon at Michigan.